He's doing it. Check, 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 check.
Do it now.
We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Fuck you. What?
You are now listening to
Emergency
Our
exit.
contestant is Carlos. His friends call him Los. Los?
That's right.
I do tend to explode only when by myself.
What's the big deal that
She
she
touched
did
a man's trash can.
that? Bro.
Right now, I'm committing a Schedule 1
Bro.
felony. Allegedly. And it's bullshit.
He's the mole, dude. He's got the mole in the face of his cock, dude. It's fucking home like a hole, like a hole.
Mom, you are a horrible human being.
She's being
You know what? Why
right.
don't you die from breast cancer or something?
Oh, shit.
No,
Doesn't
you
get
take
easier
that
to hear.
back.
It never does.
Usually it's, hey, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. I'm also a Mormon.
But in the event of an emergency, your regular exit might not be the quickest or safest way out.
This emergency exit is painted on.
There's no way out. There's no way out.
That's right.
That is correct.
Now is the time to open your mind. In our search for the unknown, who knows what we will find? This is Emergency Exit. This is episode 86, and today is August 20th, 2018. We are broadcasting to you again from our floating tin can far above the world. We're going to hold it out a little longer that time. I am your host, Los. Follow me on Twitter at That's Right Los. Joining me as always is at Ryder Guitar, Nick, the Passion Rider.
That's correct.
Don't forget, streaming us live to the universe and working so hard for that money is follow him on Twitter at EXPod, Brandon, the Hard Hat Mitchell. Hey guys, welcome back.
What's going on?
We are
Doing
back
some
again.
Quick breathing there. Did you
Yeah.
do some wind sprints before we started?
He's got a lot to say.
There's just so much to do and so much to say. So much for
to do,
taking the
so
back
much to
street.
say, so- oh, Jesus.
You'll never know if you don't go. All right,
You
so
know, somebody once told me the world was all right. All right.
all right, you got it started. Now you got to finish
I
it.
know now.
Finish it.
Fucking
See
Shrek.
these things through.
Oh, who sings that song? Never mind. All right.
I was saying, you got to do my.
You gotta-
thing. You got to fucking cue me up to.
Sorry, we have a quick break to. Who sings that song?
Pretty.
Smash Mouth.
Thank you once again. That was. All right, we're getting out of hand here. Welcome back to another episode of Emergency Exit. We had something working. I'm gonna keep working on it so that it's a better show. In the meantime, I thought we'd take care of some of these news. Look at all the news. But we're also going to play a game. Brandon, I don't even know what the game is. It could be a What Am I game. It could be it's probably a What Am I game.
I don't know. He said he had a game that involved something that I might know stuff about, but that's all the info I got.
You got more info than I did.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Well,
But
I did work with him today, so
they are the hard hats together. One is passionate. The other one's just a regular one.
Yeah, I don't-
I didn't realize that I needed so much passion.
Speaking
on
of
the
which,
job
Pop, why don't
site.
you pop up the hard
what,
hat
it's-
cam here?
all right.
Like we got a new hard hat cam. There he is. Boom.
There I am.
How about that?
there is a
Isn't
hard
that
hat
pretty?
cam, yeah.
Pop up
Look
every
at
now
that.
and
Look
then.
at the hard hat right there. That's nice. All right. Anyways, it should be like right on top of your head.
I
Maybe
mean,
I can
it's
make a
not
floating
like I
one for
don't
you.
have
A hard
one.
hat you could wear.
I do.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. We're getting crazy.
this one.
We're gonna be doing some news, you guys. But first, let's do a Brew World Order.
Alice, remember?
Oh, we're doing. We got the wrong one pulled up. It's the Brew World. Well, we had the wrong beer queued up, but we're going to talk about it anyways while we keep going because this is live. Are we live?
We're live.
We are live.
We're live.
Today for the Brew World Order, we are drinking Celis White, a Belgian-style wit beer brewed with orange peel and coriander. This is like a traditional Hefeweizen, if you will, a Weiss beer. It is 4.9% alcohol by volume. Nick brought it. Would you like to read the description before we start rating?
It's brewed here in Austin, which
That's
is
right.
how we do. In the tradition of Belgian beer, Master Pierre Celis, the wheat beer is like the man. Legendary. It's his original. That's it. It's like the man. Legendary.
Legend. Wait for it.
It's his original recipe. First
Legendary.
brewed by Pierre back in 1965. Whoa, going way fucking back, buddy.
65.
Woo.
It's old school. Beatles were
When
around.
you're
There
thinking
it
like
is.
Belgian-style beers, you're thinking hundreds of years, but no, just 65. His signature wit beer sparkles with remnants of coriander and orange peel that will take you back to the true taste, the first taste, made famous by the one and only father of wit beer, Pierre Celis.
I'm opening mine up as
Who lived from 1925 to 2011? Holy shit, way to go, Pierre.
Wow, man, he almost made it to a hundo. All right, so
This
we're
beer's
gonna
the secret
put
to
our
longevity.
so let's go ahead and cheers to that. Boom, 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 and let's drink it. All right, Nick, what do you think about this beer?
It almost has a bit of root beer flavor to it. Like there's a little sarsaparilla kind of thing in there.
That's that
Like-
coriander.
Like if root beer actually lived up to the beer part of the name.
What is coriander? I think those are the seeds from cilantro.
Really?
Yeah,
All right. Cool. I'll remember that next time.
cilantro seeds are coriander.
All right.
That
Is that true? That sounds right.
there's no way
I don't
that's
know
true.
enough to
That's
disprove
absolutely.
that.
We need a soundbite for Los facts that
think
are
it's
just
right?
all the bullshit
It
you
sounds
fucking
totally right.
spew out.
Losisms.
No. It's actually coriander is sesame seed when you let them grow. Sesame seeds. Do you ever see what
They
sesame
grow
grows
into
into?
sesame.
They don't grow into a street?
There's no such thing as sesame. It's sesame seeds.
Bullshit.
I don't know what they are. All right, I'm just fucking with you. All right. So
So
Go ahead.
I think it's
been too
fairly
long.
refreshing. I like it. Also, it again is very root beer kind of tasting, and I'm gonna go with a 3.9 on this one.
3.9,
I
not
dig it.
bad.
I
What's
dig
up,
it.
Seven? Seven's a connoisseur of beers. We actually rated one of his beers at one point. Remember, he gave us some cider, and we had Seven's Sinful
Oh, I
Cider.
believe so, yeah.
I think it got a 5 out of 5. That's right. Although I don't know.
I don't recall.
If you remember,
I can't remember every
if you're
beer
watching,
we've rated
Kevin,
on here.
just throw that up there. Anyways, I'm gonna go out last. Why don't you go, Brandon, the hard hat Mitchell?
Let me get one more sip real quick.
Don't make that. That's weird that you say
I do it already.
Yeah,
so
why do you
just
have to
double
sound
up.
like that, there, Brandon?
It's just how I drink. You got a
Plus,
problem
why do
with
you
it?
always do that with your mouth?
Not me doing. What?
What?
He
Anyway.
thinks that I'm making that sound for you.
4.03.
4.03. I'm gonna take one more sip out
I
of it.
like how he always goes down into the hundreds. Like I'm really getting down into this thing.
I sound like a chipmunk. This is a traditional German or Belgian style wit beer. This is like true to what it says. This is exactly what you get from
I
there.
know this recipe goes all the way back to 1965. That's how far back this.
Pierre, man, he's the boy. So I'm gonna give him a brisk 4.78.
Damn, Pierre.
Because it's exactly what it says it is, and it does not stray from it. That's the Brew World Order. It's the Brew World Order. Alright, that was a weird one.
Man, as often as we play that song, you think we'd be better at like ad-libbing along with it, but we are fucking terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good either when on the actual podcast because I have to like push it over a little bit just because of the tiny latency between these two. When live it sounds fine because we're playing off of it, but it doesn't not sync up properly because it goes a little bit
Alright,
faster.
I will try to refrain from drumming along with it from now on.
Well, I'll just scoot it back to where it's at, so people listening to this are listening to it
Yeah,
proper.
why don't you
so, sorry.
back that track up?
You guys get a little bit of how the
Thank you, Hardhat.
motherfucker.
You a Los motherfucker.
Always taken
won't
away
you
from
back
your
that
boy.
track up?
All right, so like I said, we're gonna get to your regular scheduled program next week, but you know me and you know I like the news, so let's do it.
Got the news with Nick and Los.
That's right.
We coming at you, coming with the white. We've got the
white.
news. We've got the news.
The wit.
We've got the news. We've got the news. Yeah. We've got the news with Nick and Los.
That's right. You guys heard of the Me Too movement, correct? Harvey Weinstein's in the center of it at the moment. There have been lots of other people. What's his name? Aziz Ansari. He had to go, I'm sorry. Because Aziz said, I'm sorry. That's like built into his name. I like it. Who else?
Aziz, I'm sorry.
That's his nickname. Is I'm sorry. So they just changed his name. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for being the most annoying part of Parks and Rec. I'm sorry for my annoying show on Netflix called Master of None. I'm sorry.
Did you not like that turn? Give Nick a little bit of juice there.
Anyway, sorry.
You don't like that
now
show?
I'm sorry. Me,
And
Master
sorry.
of None?
You don't like that show?
Master of None?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. I tried. I tried and I
it
tried and I
too.
tried and I just
Oh,
couldn't
you
get
tried
into
again.
it.
I tried once and it wasn't okay, and then the second time I liked it for some reason.
Really?
I wasn't ready for it that time. The first time.
Yeah,
Maybe
I couldn't.
Maybe you're not ready for it yet.
Maybe I'm just not. I'm not mature.
I sort of like that artsy. Did you like Louis?
I don't even remember who that is.
FX show Louis?
Oh,
Louis
yeah,
CK
yeah.
show? Like it's sort of artsy
I thought you
comedy.
meant someone off of that
Oh,
show.
hey, you know Louis off the show? No.
Off
Sorry
the show
about that.
you hate. You remember everything about it? You.
No.
No, I thought Louis was pretty good. Like he had just like this really. I mean, way too many people do self-deprecating humor, and that fucking sucks. But like, he had a really funny way. Like, I don't know, when he went out on a date with someone, and every little thing he did was just so fucking awkward and awful. And he made fun of himself. I feel better than most people do. I wasn't as annoying about it anyway.
I think you like Master of None. It's very much in the lines of that kind of comedy. I think you'll like it. Give it another shot one day. But that's not what we're talking about today.
No, it's not.
I wanted to talk about the Me Too, which we did get into the Louis C.K. He's been accused.
Well, yeah, he. I mean, he didn't hands-on molest. He just
He
watch
liked to
me jack
whip his
off.
junk. He liked to whip his junk out.
Sit there in the corner and watch me whack off. Since we were doing Adam Sandler comedy skits,
And wash me whack off. That shampoo bottle, stick it up my ass. Pushing it out at a medium pace. Oh man, that song will just come right back to my brain. I
Yeah.
remember singing that. Anyways, pop on this this story here. Her name is Asia Argento, and she paid off sexual assault accuser. Now she is a leading member of the Me Too movement.
She is one of the OGs.
Now I don't want to say this like blows up the Me Too movement and it makes it discredits it all. It doesn't. Perhaps there was a motive
Maybe
behind her own accusing.
See the
Go ahead.
difference I heard, like she, like many people, accusing Weinstein of not only raping but saying you have to do this, or if you tell anybody, your career's fucked. Like he held their whole job at stake. The difference with the guy who's accusing her, I think that they had consensual sex. He was just 17.
Correct.
So she fucked an underage guy.
She raped a guy.
But I mean, that is statutory rape.
It's not rape though.
It's not rape. But it like she didn't say, like, touch me here or else you have no career. She just statutory raped a fucking 17-year-old.
It's not even fucking rape. It's just fucking a 17-year-old. But it is. I think the
because
consensual age.
he took a fucking selfie.
Well, also the
Right?
consensual age is 18
in California, right? So it was statutory.
Let's talk about this. This comes right off of the Hollywood Reporter. And if you look at any other publication that's reporting on this, you'll see that they didn't change much in this. They're very lazy in their reporting. They changed maybe one word of this.
Or did everybody else copy theirs?
That's what I'm talking about, maybe. So Asia Argento, the Italian actress who was one of the first to publicly accuse, we talked about all this, secretly paid off a young male actor, accusing her of sexual misconduct. Sexual misconduct. That's weird.
That's a
phrase of words there.
It's the vague term.
Yeah,
like
very
something
vague.
something sexually wrong happened, and then once we get into it, we'll fine tune. But as of now, you done fucked up sexually. It basically is what that is.
You done fucked up sexually. And when I'm in office, we will stop this inappropriate sexing and assaulting of young men. Oh man, he's back. All right. According to the report in the New York Times, Argento. This actually comes from the New York Times, so I guess maybe they did copy New York Times, which I should have just fucking done that. Either way, Argento paid a former child actor, Jimmy Bennett, who's my brother, $380,000. Bennett claims that in 2013, then a 37-year-old Argento assaulted him in a California hotel only 2 months past his 17th birthday. How old was she? She was probably in her 20s.
No, it said then 37 because she's like 42 now.
Well, oh yeah, it was a long time ago. Well, no, that was pretty recently. This one she's talking about with Weinstein happened in 97 when she was 21.
Okay.
According to this one.
So she was of age when she got Weinsteined, but she was like 30-something when she...
yeah, so in 2013, that's when Bennett claims this happened. So maybe
she
because
was 37 and he was 17.
It's very possible the sexual assault that she got from Weinstein perhaps mentally helped her do this on not consciously but subconsciously, because that's what happens to children that are beat. You know, they start sympathizing for their not sympathizing, but it's sort of that Stockholm syndrome. But they start doing the same kind of things that their father was doing if they were abusive or something. And maybe this is what's going on with this. Because and a lot of times they're probably like father. He acts as a father figure for these women.
But they were totally different situations, is what I'm saying. Like,
you're absolutely right. This is absolutely. I think it was a consensual.
it was totally consensual. She just was like, "Oh, I done fucked up because he's
Listen,
not old
any
enough.
fucking
He's a minor."
17-year-old who fucks a hot, fucking beautiful woman. Like, throw up that picture of her again. I have a beautiful picture of her right here. She's got a mustache. She's even way more beautiful. But look, she's hot. Well, yeah, let's go down to that. That's her Instagram picture. And here's some waiting for my long lost son, my love. And it should say here that she was a director of a movie that he was in, where he played her son.
That's right. Like, if that doesn't
Jimmy
make
Bennett.
it weird.
It's just sort of weird. So now it doesn't discredit the whole Me Too movement. But what are your thoughts on this, man? Someone that is accusing somebody like this, that's herself
Being accused.
a predator, if you will.
Well, right. I mean,
Accused predator.
age of consent is age of consent, period. Now, even if it was completely consensual sex, because there's something about he took a selfie or something. And I think that it was starting to come out, and so that's when she was trying to keep it hush-hush, not because she raped a guy or said, fuck me or your career's over, but underage is still underage. So that's not right. It's like she knows she fucked up and she knows she did wrong. But that's different than, like, I think the Me Too movement is men of power wielding that over women trying to get a career started.
What do you guys think about that? Come on, give us a call. We have our number real big there, 830-875.
Or opposite, like Terry Crews.
0637. Give us a call. What do you guys think about this? Does this discredit the whole movement? I don't think it does, but what are your thoughts overall about someone who is a leader of this so-called movement, and she herself is... Well, I don't want to think it's an actual movement, because some of this, I mean, we have some of these kind of evidence coming out. What do we think about that? So-called. It's not discrediting it at all. I'm just saying so-called.
Saying so-called is definitely discrediting it.
Okay, and then I'll take back the wordage, and I'll just say the movement of Me Too.
You go.
Does it discredit it? Or what are your thoughts on it? Give us a call, 830-875-0637. If you're listening on the podcast, you cannot call. Sorry about that.
They can leave a voicemail or send a text.
You could leave a
message, though.
voicemail. That's true. You can still...
I wish we had some sort of like, hey, guys, we're off track right now. We're offline right now. But if you guys want to leave a message, come on by and leave it down, and we want to play it on the next week's show. That's right.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
yeah.
That's kind of what it says.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So what are your thoughts, Brendan? Any thoughts? Do you want to skip? Do you just want to move on?
Well, I think Nick really hit the nail on the head. It's the Me Too is about men of power withholding success or a career over.
I don't think we can hear you very well.
Somebody doesn't always necessarily be male over female, because Nick,
go.
like you said, Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, who's a very, very large, muscular man,
Yes.
also got assaulted and is a part of the Me Too movement.
That's right.
So women.
It's just
women can do it to men also, and they can do it to men that are 3 times their size.
well,
Like,
but I think Terry Crews, it was a male that did.
That's what he's
that,
saying.
like, grabbed him on the butt.
was it a male that grabbed him on the butt?
Yeah.
Male on male.
Yeah, I
sexual.
mean, but it's yes,
either or. Anyway, yeah.
no, at least the numbers prove, or not prove, but they at least say yes, it's predominantly men. But it's
men are
power
scumbags.
over somebody
Yes.
is what it is, and yes, of course, the numbers show that it's predominantly men doing
yes,
doing
because
that.
Hollywood is very much a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
And so women, for a very, very long time, were like, you're the...
It's an actual movement. Sorry, I was reading the comments.
So the women were like, you're just a sex symbol, and you're the person who dies to give the male lead motivation for his character to grow or go into the next phase. So they were like, I don't know. But they were tools for the story, not so much actual parts of things. And so it was a lot easier for guys and like producers and directors and stuff to, well, if you don't fucking suck my dick, you don't have a career anymore. And women that said no did get blacklisted.
You
You're
don't
right.
know about 'em.
Absolutely.
Mira Sorvino had a beginnings of a great
The
career, and then
Hollywood-
just boom, vanished.
The Hollywood culture is shit, and it's been
it's
shit
like-
for years.
It's like playground drama times 1,000 because they're all grown up now.
It's
but they're
all
still
politics.
just as petty as ever.
A lot of right wing celebrities are afraid to come out as right wing because of the stigma of being right wing right now. Not just right wing, but conservative.
It's a weird thing to shoehorn in there, but
Well, I'm just saying. What I was going to say is you should do what Omarosa did, is just record everything around you all the time. I've said it in my low speaks, just fucking have a body cam on you at all time, some sort of body cam where you record every interaction you have. Of course, if you're in a state where a single consent is all right. If you don't have single consent, don't do this. It's bad advice.
We are not lawyers.
We are not lawyers, and please do not sue us. All right. We don't have any money. But that's what I'm trying to say there. You should wear like a body cam, some sort of audio equipment, in case things like this are happening in the future, because that's what it's leading to these days. Just a little thought there. That's all. Not too shabby. What are your thoughts, man? Why don't you guys give us a call? We're going to move on here to another story here. Now that all the energy's been sucked right out of this,
yeah.
I thought maybe I can do something a little bit more whimsical. We've all been there. I got to do it right now. Maybe you've had too many coffees. You gulp down a liter of water for Farva with your morning workout. Your bladder is full, but you're stuck in a meeting, or you're doing a podcast and you're sitting in a traffic jam. By the way, I've shit my pants sitting in traffic. Whatever the scenario.
Whoa.
Don't just try and throw that
That's
in
not
there
a
like we're
gloss
not gonna
over
ask
statement.
anything else.
I'll get to it maybe in another
That's
show.
after show material.
Whatever the scenario is, the bottom line is you're busting for a pee and you have no option. You have no other option than hold on. You're in that kind of situation.
Oh, sure.
I guess podcasting, we can stop whenever we want. But finally, you get to the toilet, you can let it go. The sense of relief feels good, so good, a little too good. Enter the peegasm trend. Yes, we're talking about peegasm. Pop that sucker up there. This comes from a website called WHIMN.com. I think that just is like women.
Oh, yeah.
Women.com. So, what the fuck is a peegasm? A peegasm is the intense feeling of relief. Basically, you know, you've all had it. You've held in, you get there and you release, and it's the little shiver.
That's the Austin Powers scene when he gets unfrozen. It's like his foot's twitching a bunch. Like,
let's
I mean,
go.
we've all had those where we have to like hold on to the wall.
A Reddit thread dedicated to the phenomenon begins with a description. This is perfect for Clive to come out here. So my girlfriend recently told me if she had to hold her pee in for a while when she actually goes pee, she often has orgasms. And she feels all the way up to her spine, to her head. If she does reverse Kegels while peeing, they're even more likely to happen.
Giddy up.
She said
Reverse Kegels?
reverse. I don't know where you hold them and then you let go. Those are. I think
I mean,
reverse.
that's just still a Kegel.
That's just the end of doing Kegels.
I don't get it.
All right, let's try this again here.
Pause for that half beat.
She said these orgasms sometimes leave her lightheaded and off balance, and are pretty different from her clit or vaginal orgasms. This editor writes, others attest to having similar experiences. I'm sorry, now we have, this is bad because we had this sexy moment and now they have to see our face. I'm sorry about that, audience out there. I'm sorry.
Who's to say that our faces don't constitute sexy moments?
Well, maybe we need
there are
to
a
have
couple
some more.
of viewers out there going, "Oh yeah, those guys." Look
Maybe
at
we'll
all
just
that
have this on
facial
for the rest of
hair.
this story. Others attest to having similar experiences. Quote, I call them piss shivers because they're not quite orgasmic in my opinion, but close enough. Ting. Another person comments, we don't know who he was. Well, doctors warn of irreparable organ damage.
Irreparable.
Irreparable.
Got,
All right.
all right.
The Dr. Charlotte Elder is a gynecologist and spokesperson for the Royal Australian and New Zealand College of Obstetricians. Obstetricians. God damn it!
Obstetricians.
Who gives a shit? She says, finally. Oh, this has got sexy music. Sorry. She says, that while finally making it to the toilet after holding on for a while feels good. Some people describe an orgasm as relief. I just don't. Stop there.
You don't describe an orgasm as relief?
I mean, yeah, I do, but not with pissing.
Oh, I've had a lot of those where I like, because it was like almost painful, and now I'm not in pain anymore, and that's awesome.
I mean, I guess that does feel good. You're like, ugh, but it's.
But
is it like an orgasm? Maybe
I never
I'm
would have
wrong.
thought
Maybe-
it was an orgasm at all. It's just like a, oh, fuck, I'm not in pain anymore. Like,
Maybe
and there's
I'm
all
wrong.
that pressure built
Can you
up,
make that bigger?
you know? And when you have all that pressure built up and you finally get a release, you just release all that pressure.
We got Jeffrey Creamio Jeans Jefferson here in the studio.
That's right, baby.
How you been doing today?
I've been great, man. I've been just pig-gasming all over the place.
Why does it feel so good to peegasm?
Well, because having to pee is uncomfortable.
And when you get it out?
finally do pee, it's quite comfortable, baby.
Because not having pee in your body is comfortable.
That's right.
I think I get it. But
All
although
right, so
intentionally holding on isn't a good idea, there is no denying that there are some links between needing to pee and sexual pleasure. Have you ever had to pee when you have sex when you're having sex? Do you
I
feel
have
like-
actually, yeah.
Does that make you last longer?
Well, just in the fact that it's distracting. You know, it's harder to.
I feel you. What about
You're
you,
like-
hard hat? Hard hat.
It concerns me when it happens. I'm like, okay, when I get to that point, is it gonna be one thing or is it gonna be this
Well,
thing?
luckily, nature has got you covered because when one's about to happen, it shuts off the other. So.
Oh, it's kind of like your esophagus and your windpipe.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah,
Good to
well,
know.
I was
didn't know
gonna say
that.
like the train rail switch. Like you're going this way, you're going this way, but you're not going
it
to
just
both.
diverts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It opens and closes.
But you know, you gag reflex all you want over there, buddy. I don't.
Where did
Bottom
that come
line
from?
here, Dr. Elder says that in her view, peegasm isn't worth risking your bladder.
What was the doctor's name?
Elder.
Elder. Like,
Was he also in a pickle suit?
yeah, trying to sell his Mitsubishis and shit.
Actually, my high school art teacher was Mr. Elder, but this was a lady, so that's not.
A full now, Dr. Elder, I didn't read this. I kind of skipped over, but it's something we should read. A full bladder while you're asleep will stimulate your pelvic floor nerves a bit, which makes
Floor nerves?
Yeah, pelvic floor nerves, which makes you more likely to have sexy dream, which can trigger an orgasm while you sleep or a nocturnal emission.
Isn't that a fart?
No, I
No.
guess you can emit a fart while you're sleeping. It could be a nocturnal. I think they more mean that you just your creamy.
Oh, you
routines.
mean you cream your jeans, baby?
We got Jeffrey Creamio Jeans. We were just talking about it for just a moment.
Here's my latest composition called Nocturnal Emission.
Yes. All right. There's like she said, there's more practical and more pleasurable ways to have an orgasm. In my advice,
absolutely.
try something a little bit more old-fashioned.
I admit that it does feel like if you're on a road trip or like all that. Yes, I agree that you've been needing to pee for a very long time and it's painful and like the back of your teeth are tingling and everything. And when you finally get there and like just the sudden rush of relief and you got to hold on to something, I guess if that's what a peegasm is. But don't do that shit intentionally. Like, don't put yourself through that just for the sake of a peegasm when you could just have a regular one by, sex or masturbation that's way better and, as Dr. Elder is saying, not damaging to your bladder. Like, why the fuck would you put yourself in this situation?
Yeah, but sometimes you want that it's a different orgasm. It's like, oh, and it's longer and it's more, it's like, all right, I can see
I
the
guess,
appeal,
and that's-
but yeah, don't push the boundary of
But
it.
don't like make it a habit. As often as most people masturbate, don't try to peegasm that often because that's definitely way too much. But
So how much would be
you
too
could
much?
al-
If
you
had
could
to put
also-
a number on it. Like, what would be
to
too
give yourself a
much?
peegasm,
Yeah. What
I would say
put
ever
that
doing
line
it
at?
intentionally is
That's
one
when
too
you-
many.
That's when you have a problem.
That's when you have a problem.
Dude, you guys, I just had a fucking peegasm. I just
Did
went
you?
I went over there and I fucking had to really pee really bad, but all this
Yeah?
talk about pee, I couldn't hold it much longer and I was jittery and I had to go up and go and I was you pinch out, you brew it up a bit. That's how Adam Carolla says. You brew it up. You pinch and brew it up.
Oh,
Pinch and
So
brew.
that-
The
Adam
old pinch
Carolla.
and
The old
brew.
pinch and brew, and then when it's ready, you sprout it out. You're like, yeah, and then you get the shiver. You're like,
Does the same?
and then you're done.
And then that's it.
Never mind.
I mean, then
moving.
doesn't edging give the same?
I don't know anything about edging.
Oh, well,
I
that'll
don't
be
know
a
what you've
different-
heard about me. I don't know where you got that information, but it is
That's a
fake
love-
news. Believe me, it's fake news. It's CNN fake news.
for another time.
That is a story for another time.
I
Let's
beat him
go
to death
to our
with his
next
own
story.
shoe.
This might take a little bit longer than the other ones. What do you guys know about what's going on in South America? Not South America, South Africa. I'm sorry.
I know that those are completely different places.
Good. Very good. Very good. Well, let me tell you what's going on out there. And not one mainstream news outlet in America has reported this. There's Newsweek who did do it, but it's all just European countries and Australia, which where we have European.
One of my best friends in Montana has a song called European. Anyway,
European.
Matt Strain, check him out.
Matt Strain. All right, shout out. So this comes from news.com.au. This is an Australian publication. The South African government has begun the process of seizing land from white farmers. While the government says it intends to pay, owners wanted, this is an example, I don't want to say their name because I'll butcher it, but it's Akron Baudry wanted 200 million rand, which is 18.7 million for the land. So this guy wanted almost 19 million for the land. Guess what they're being offered? They're being offered 2 million, 20 million rand, which is 1.87. We're just going to round up for America's sake. So they're basically offering him 10% of what he asked. And here's a little thing. Notice is hereby given that a terrain inspection will be held on the farms April 5th, 2018 at 10 a.m. in order to conduct an audit of the assets and a handover farm keys to the state. And this was a letter sent to the
basically, they're
owners.
like, you can either take this paltry amount of money or we're just going to fucking seize it from you.
We're just going to take this. Thank you. Yes. Do you know how they have the land in the first place?
I don't.
There was an apartheid that happened where they separated the races, and basically the whites, which were a big minority in in Africa, right? They got pushed down to
You don't say.
You don't say. They're about 9% of the total population of South Africa. And so they got this land and they flourished with it. They were kind of shunned to their land and they kept their land, but now they want that land back. It's a lot what's going on with, not going to say like Clive Bundy, but where government is going to take that land, whether or not you want that money or not. They want to keep this land. They've been on it for years. Let's read a little bit more. So it comes as the South American government pushes ahead with plans to amend the country's constitution to allow for the expropriation of land without compensation. That's a pretty cool way. Expropriation of land without compensation.
We taking it.
Expropriation. You can do it like a Tony Soprano. Expropriation of land without compensation.
So you just watched Sopranos recently, Alex. That's like the third time you brought that up.
It's a very difficult situation. Yeah,
Oh my God, that's fucking terrible.
It's a very difficult situation, Christopher. Yeah, it sounds like he's got like a big
No,
miss.
you sound like, almost sound like the fucking brother in Something About Mary. Like, I expect you to ask about your baseball at any second.
You ever seen my baseball?
Yeah.
You're right, Nick. You got a point there.
The seizures are intended to test the ability of the government to take land under existing laws, which the ruling African National Congress has previously stated is allowable if, quote, in the public interests. Now, where does it say that exactly? Let's go ahead and pull up image 1. This is section 25 of the South African Bill of Rights. And I'm going to read it. Is it up already? There it is. This is chapter 2. Property may be expropriated only in terms of law of general application for A, public purpose in the public interest, and B, subject to compensation, the amount of which and the time of manner of payment of which have either been agreed to by these affected or decided or approved by a court. So it's very vague in that. They definitely are not approving of the price, so they're just probably going to get a court to do it. An approved by a court will say, no, $1.87 million all you're going to get for your land, which you want $200 million. 20 million. Sorry about that. He wants 200 million rand.
Ayn Rand, the author?
No,
Oh.
sorry.
Could
So
just
you can
imagine
see
that?
it's
Like,
sort of
Good joke. Good joke.
Just 200 million
So-
copies of fucking Atlas Shrugged.
This is
All
the,
right, here, have
this
it.
is the part of the Constitution that they want to amend there. So earlier this month, City Press reported that the government had drawn up a list of 139 farms that had planned to seize to, quote, test out Section 25 of the Constitution. They're just going to test
Wow.
it out. No big
They're
deal.
in beta testing.
If the seizures go
Hey,
ahead,
man, you got to go through a testing process.
yeah, how else will you know?
That's
It's called research and development, man. You know what I mean?
old R&D.
baby. If the seizures go ahead, this is not good to see. You don't research and develop on people's lives like this. If the seizures go ahead, it would be the first time the state refuses to pay market value for land. Since the end of the apartheid in 1994, the ANC has followed a willing seller, willing buyer process to redistribute white-owned farms to blacks. A 2017 government audit found white people own 72% of the private farmland in South Africa. Man, what is expropriation? Do you know what that means? Just means the man's taking property for public benefit or the action of dispossessioning somebody in of their property. So the African National Congress spokesperson Zizi Kodwal would not reveal details of the farms targeted and attempted to play down investors' fear, saying that the proposed seizures were tied to addressing the injustices of the past. So I don't know if you know, but there are 400 assaults on white farmers, I think monthly, and 1 to 2 deaths monthly. And that's just what's been going on for years, where they've been trying to take back their land. Now they're at their point where their president, I think it's their president, I don't really care too much about it. I know that it's terrible out there. I don't know what to do. I just think we should all know what's going on out there. I don't want to say, hey, where's their white privilege? But sort of, where's their white privilege, Nick? Just
Are you asking us seriously?
No, I'm not asking it
Okay.
seriously. Because there is no white privilege in Africa. Where's Clive and Budney when you need him?
No,
And
they're
as you
just-
know, he was fighting for his land, which
Just
the
picking
government
on their
decided to come
minorities,
in.
it sounds like.
Yep. Sounds just what happens in life, right? As soon as the minorities become the majorities, the majorities become the minorities. Makes sense, but it sounds weird. Let's play a game, you guys. What game do we have? What are your thoughts? Let me. Should I play a song here? Let's see. What do we have
Yeah,
here
let's do
for? Where is your song here?
We gotta turn this.
Oh, he's gonna have to turn off the thing.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we
so
don't.
we don't see what's going on.
Oh, here it is. So we're gonna play a little game.
What am I? So what am I again?
Hey guys, welcome to another fucking episode of What Am I Game?
Oh, yeah, do I need paper and pen or something?
You know, it never hurts with the Hard Hats games.
All right, so Hard Hat's gonna play a game. So what is this game that we're actually playing?
This game, I don't know
Turn
that
yourself up.
I don't know that we've actually played this on the show. It's something I've kind of thought about, and I'm stalling for time because I'm trying to find it.
Should be ready for it.
I should be, but I wasn't.
Fucking Baba
Well,
Booey.
I had to do that last minute
If
restart.
I was paying you, I'd deduct your pay right now.
I mean, I would be so happy if the show could be able to pay me.
I'd be like, yes, sir.
I would gladly pass that one up. But here we go. It's a working title, movie character name game. Actually,
Movie
no.
character name game?
Scratch that.
Scratching
Just,
Already
just-
changing.
yep.
Already changing. All right.
Just name that actor, pretty much, essentially. Here's the rundown, guys.
Name that actor.
I will list 3
Yeah.
movie or TV shows. Players must guess who the actor or actress is by buzzing in with your name. You will buzz in with your name, not your answer. You'll then have 5 seconds to answer. Correct answer receives 1 point. Incorrect answer, -1 point. Loss of a point. So answer carefully, guys. Negative
All right.
points are allowed.
All right.
Are we ready for the first one?
I'm ready. That's right. Number 1.
This actor is best known for Argo, Malcolm in the Middle, Breaking Bad.
Nick.
No,
Nick.
that we have to write it down.
No.
Oh,
You have to say your
I
name.
thought I was
name.
writing it
Nick.
down. Oh, well, fuck that.
Bryan Cranston.
That is correct.
All right,
Ding,
fuck,
ding,
dude, that
ding,
sucks.
ding, ding, ding.
I didn't know that we were playing that way, so we got to say our name. Sorry, go ahead.
buzz in.
Now I'm in.
Silver Linings Playbook. Rush Hour.
Los.
Los.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker is correct. Now you have the opportunity for a bonus point.
Ooh, bonus point.
Rush Hour 2 and 3.
Pick one.
Number 2.
That is correct. Los pulls ahead.
You got to name the third one?
If I didn't get to it, or if you buzz in on the first one.
And that was your third Chris Tucker movie, was Rush Hour 2?
No, but this is according to IMDb. You look up an artist or a music, or not, music, but actor, actress, and it gives you their top 3 movies.
You
what
got
they're
knocked
known
the
for.
fuck out, man.
Yeah.
And Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2 were their...
You got fired
His
on
2
your
and
day
3.
off.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a terrible Chris Tucker.
You got fired on your day off.
That is terrible.
All right.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Weird that you keep doing that.
Sorry.
The Mexican.
Los. Brad Pitt.
Incorrect. You lose one of them.
Oh, I have to. I lose.
Yep. Now, Nick, you got. Do you want the next?
Yep.
So, Los, you're out. Nick,
Yep.
the next one. Enough said.
Enough said?
And you can request the third one.
Yeah, go with the third one.
The Sopranos.
Oh.
It's a very difficult situation.
Who is in
James
all 3 of those?
Gandolfini?
That is correct.
What the fuck are you doing with the board over there? Jesus Christ.
He's ripping it apart, man.
Oh, it's a very difficult situation, Nick.
Oh. Sorry about that lead I just took.
It's a very difficult transition.
Can we go on to the...
There's one more.
All right.
Here we go. Minority Report.
Los.
Los.
Tom fucking Cruise.
Tom Cruise is correct. Now, you can try to guess his next 2.
What'd you say first?
Minority Report.
Mission Impossible and Steel Magnolias.
Incorrect on both of those. The Last Samurai and Top Gun.
Well, let's tally up the scores and see what we have. Nice quick game.
Shit.
I think it's a
Jesus
tie.
is
if
your
I'm
friend,
thinking
love
right.
Yeah. Tis a tie. So now, in the event of this tie, I'm going to pick one of the actors that we that was in here, that was featured, and you guys have to give me their age. How old is Chris Tucker?
Oh, you should write it down. This will be a break.
Write it down.
No,
Closest-
no Price is Right. rules
Closest
here.
to the pin.
How old is who?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. Oh, perfect. I know this one. I got it exactly right. Boom.
Did you?
I'm committed.
All right. Nick, you got your answer?
Sure.
All right.
I'll
here
go
we
first. What do you think? 51.
He sounds pretty
I got 51.
positive.
Does seem
about
fairly
that.
sure about
What do
that.
you think?
I want 43.
43 to 51. Who is closer? What is his actual age?
Is it closer without going over?
It's just closest to it.
Closest. We're
Oh.
not. No Price is Right rules.
Son of a bitch.
What?
Him and I actually have the same birthday.
Oh shit.
So, I got to do some math here. He was born in 71.
71.
71.
81. 91. 2001. 2011.
So he's 43? No, 40. No, 42. that'd be
47. He will be 47 on August
So
31st.
I'm 4 away.
I'm 4 away too.
God damn it. You guys suck. Okay. All right. We'll just take it down to the next one.
All right, next one.
How old is Tom Cruise?
Ready.
51.
Oh, 57.
51, 57. We're looking. We're searching. Computers are firing up. Okay. He is 56 years old.
Nick's the winner. All right. Nice little break from things there. What happened to my...
I don't know. That's what you fucking handed me, man.
All right, let's get back to the news, you guys. So, a couple more things before we get out of here. We are close to ending this show. You guys know about Aretha Franklin, right?
Yeah.
What do you know? We're going to do a little bit of an explains here with Nick explains.
Are we?
Nick explains. That's right. So who was Aretha Franklin?
Aretha Franklin was a very successful soul singer, and oh, you gotta back that up.
That's right. All right, so
perfect.
we know that Aretha Franklin passed on. God rest her soul, you guys. In peace, Aretha. We love you and we miss you already.
Wait, but then there was the third version.
We have one last version, which we're going to end it on before we get out of here. So we're going to throw you guys. Now, I was going to say that Stevie Wonder is blaming her death or her cancer on global warming. I just wanted to put that up there real quick before we get into the end there. But we're going to play out Al Sharpton, who is just a race baiter. Took responsibility for... didn't really take responsibility, but definitely encouraged the riots in LA back in the 90s. But besides all that, I think it's just, this is more funny than shows that he's a dummy. But I think this is just more funny than that. Because I think he's a dummy, but this is also funnier. So.
And while we're talking about female canines, you know what they say about payback? It's a real, well, I'm sure you know the word I'm thinking of. So in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some R-E-S-P-I-C-T. And the next time you get a
Back
black
that up
woman
and do that one more
and a beagle I-C-T. Show some R-E-S-P-I-C-T.
R-E-S-P-I-C-T.
Aretha Franklin,
Respect.
show some R-E-S-P-I-C-T.
Now, in his defense, it does sound like,
next
you know, if
time
you put that together, it's like
you
respect.
get a black woman and a beagle
You want some
confused.
respect?
I mean, you sound
Remember
like
this.
you're from New Zealand
I
or something.
got
You need some respect.
You need some respect.
Yes.
New Zealand and
Sound
Australia.
Like Flight of the Conchords with R-E-S-P-I-C-T. We need some respect.
You sound like Kennedy a bit when you do that.
He's like the only impression I got.
R-E-S. No, just the R is R-E-S.
E-S-P-I-C-T.
Well, thank you guys one more time for joining us. This has been another episode of Emergency Exit. I'm going to try to get that outro music playing right now. There it is. Boom. So.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. So, we're going to do something special next week. I think I'm going to do fascism next week. We'll talk about it. We'll ask ourselves, is Donald Trump a fascist? We'll ask ourselves that. We're going to try to see if we can answer that. Listen to some interviews from people that have degrees and things. Much smarter than us. We'll listen to some of those excerpts. I'll pull them excerpts. What else are we going to say here, man? What do you guys think about the news? Isn't it just outstanding what's going on out there? Gavin McInnes is banned from Twitter for hate speech.
You get banned. You get banned. Everybody gets banned.
I want to be banned.
I'd like to be in a band.
A band is what I want to be.
A band. Let's do it.
Oh, man.
So check us out, you guys, on emergencyexitpodcast.com. What is it, August? So August is Tell Your Friends About Emergency Exit Podcast Month. So for Nick the Passion Writer, which you can follow him at Writer Guitar. For Brendan the Heart Mitchell, check him out at EMEX Pod. I am Los at That's Right Los saying... That's right.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's correct. See you next week.
I'm going to go pee gas.